Hey there, it's Gloria with Glory Be Resale, and I am here to do a What's Sold from November 10th to the 16th, 2024. And this is on eBay, Poshmark, and Etsy. The first thing to sell was this 1940s authentic antique doctor's full prescription pad. I believe these are from Brookline, Massachusetts. Somewhere in that area. I'm trying to remember where it was. Uh, Looks like it was down by Dartmouth and Newbury Street in Boston. So right in downtown Boston from the 1940s. And next item, the cost, I sold it for $12 and the cost to me on this was, I'm going to say probably about 50 cents. I got a lot of these at the time. And I think I paid $10 for a few boxes of them. Next item to sell was this Lauren Ralph Lauren top, and this one somebody sent me an offer for $9, and I didn't want to take it. And I was like, why not? It's been sitting here since Boston. Nobody else has bought it, so get rid of it. So I did. I ended up accepting the $9, and the cost to me on it was $3. Oh, I still might have made a dollar or two, but it's gone. Next item to sell was this Talbot's plus size 3X red plaid blouse, and this I took an offer of $18.50, and the cost to me on it was $3. Next item to sell was this vintage 50s, 60s brass picture frame. It was missing the glass there. It was just the frame itself, but still, this is a vintage. My guess is probably 50s. Made in Italy frame, and this sold for $22.95, and the cost to me on it was $1.99. Next item was this Jennings Old World Santa he's holding a wood duck, and this sold for $17, and the cost to me on it was $1. Next item to sell was this J. Crew flannel plaid shirt. This was a newer tag, and I have had this since Boston. So this sold for $22, and the cost to me on it was $4.99. Item to sell is this Abercrombie and Fitch gray moose crewneck sweater, and this sold for $22.40. Cost to me on it was $5.99. Next item to sell was this Harley Davidson motorcycle kids orange hoodie, and this did have a little hole on it on the back. You can see right there. So this one, somebody sent me an offer of $15. I accepted. Cost to me on it was $3. Now over to Poshmark, and if you wouldn't mind giving me a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Um, just makes making these videos worthwhile. So just up on top of this video and over to the center right, if you wouldn't mind hitting the Like and subscribe. Or not like and subscribe, so that would still work. Next thing to sell here on Poshmark was this vintage rustic primitive wood metal farmhouse dustpan, and this sold for $20. Cost to me was $5. Next item to sell, and geez, I've had these a long time. These were my grandson's, and gosh, he's a young man now, so I don't even know. Obviously, I was in Boston, but these have been kicking around, and someone finally bought them. They paid $22, and the cost to me on them, and these are something I had bought for him I think I bought them online, and I probably paid about 18. Anyway, maybe it was a wash. We'll just count it as $22 because I did get my money back. He was just growing so fast that he never even wore them before he outgrew them. The next item to sell was this Carhartt men's rain defender jacket, and this sold for $34, and the cost to me on it was $6.99. Next item to sell was this Carhartt army green zip front two-pocket jacket. This sold for $29. Cost to me on it was $6.99. And the last thing to sell on Poshmark was this three peg wall hanger coat rack, and this sold for $21, and the cost to me on it was $2. Now over to Etsy, and that one paused at the end. The first thing to sell on Etsy was this recipe box, metal recipe box. I'd say this is from the 1970s, maybe 60s. And this sold for $19, and the cost to me on it was $2.99. Next item to sell was this. This was a plastic blow mold kind of Santa, and this sold for $14. Cost to me was $1. This was again, I bought a whole lot of Christmas figurines or whatever at a yard sale this summer, and a good amount of them were $1 each, so this was one of them. Next item to sell was this vintage stained glass um, lighthouse, 1970s lighthouse, and this sold for $28, and this would have sold for more, but it was missing. It usually is a light that runs through it. You can see right here, that would be where the wire goes. And also, it was missing a little window in the back here, which I'm not positive that's supposed to be there. I did see another was missing the same window, but anyway, I listed it for $28 because for those two reasons. And it sold fairly quickly for that. And the cost to me on it was $2.99. Next item to sell was this vintage hummingbird flower nightlight, and with the flag glass with the hummingbird and flower on it. And this sold for $49. Cost to me on it was $5. Next item to sell was this vintage tree skirt with the mice and presents on it, and this sold for $25, and the cost to me on it was $3. Next item to sell was this Pier 1 Imports Nutcracker Christmas Countdown, and I grabbed this because I had heard people say on here that these countdowns were always pretty good to grab. This one, was so-so. And the one I got, if you can see, this candy cane, the ribbon had been pulled off and wrapped back around, not so great. But I think that's an easy fix for whoever bought it. And it was $20 and the cost to me on it was $1. Next item to sell was a set of 8 of these 1980 uh, Murano style glass candies. I don't know if they're Murano or not, but they're not marked with that. These are just little ones that go in a dish. I got a bag full of them, so I have some lots of them. And these sold for $28. Cost to me on them would be $2. Next item to sell was this needle punch Christmas stocking. It's like the rug kind of needle punch on the front. This is the Santa with stars. It sold for $25. Cost to me was $1. And the same person bought the other one I had with the Nutcracker needle punch. And this also sold for $25 to the same person. And the cost to me $1. And the last thing to sell was this vintage 1960s Swedish orange horse, dollar horse. And this sold for $78. Cost to me on it was $2. And that was everything that I sold on the week of November 10th to the 16th. Again, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. Helps me, helps boost my energy to be doing these videos when I know people are watching them. So if you wouldn't mind like and subscribe, put in the comments what you would like to see. And that's everything. I don't know if I'll get any more videos out before I head out. Probably not. Um, this will probably go up on Friday, and I'm planning on going to Boston on Saturday, I think. So, and I'll be gone for the week for Thanksgiving, and my daughter holds it. They'll be holding it at her restaurant. So that will be nice. The whole family, get to see the whole family. I haven't seen them in a while. I hope everybody out there has a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I will see you when I get back. Thanks. Bye.